One of the greatest fears that most people have in this world are other people's opinions about them. In fact, one of the greatest enemies that you and I have both had over the course of our entire lives is other people's opinions about us. We make decisions, we decide what to wear, we decide where to go, we decide what to do based on how we think other people will perceive us. In fact, for a second there, I almost felt as though I needed to justify the neon rubber band bracelet that my daughter made me that I promised her I would wear because it looks awesome. Because I didn't want you guys to think that I just cruised around with neon green rubber band bracelets on my arm. But so what if you do? And see, that's the thing about the opinions of others that we as human beings feel as though we have to defend ourselves against all the time. We feel as we always have to justify ourselves against the opinions of others. And that's one of the main things that holds you back from what you want to do is the fear of what other people will think about you. Now think about that for a second. And here's the reason why I bring this up. Because there's always a risk that no matter what you do, someone's going to be talking about you. Listen, here's what you need to know. Dogs don't bark at parked cars. So if you're going somewhere, there's a good chance somebody's going to talk about you. And empty cans will always rattle. Which means if somebody else has lack in their life and you have abundance in yours, there's a good chance they're going to be rattling at you. And so look, if you don't ever want people talking about you, don't do anything. If you don't ever want people talking about you, don't go anywhere. If you don't want critics, for goodness sakes, don't get success. Because have you ever noticed when you lose, everybody's got sympathy, but when you succeed, man, suddenly the world becomes a critic. But see, hiding back and hanging back and not achieving, that's not for you, that's not for me. That's for some, but it's not for us. We're the achievers. And we need to know that if we're going somewhere, someone's going to be behind us barking. And there's going to be empty cans just a rattling. But here's what you need to be: not deterred by the risk of others possibly perceiving your actions as not what you want them to be, or talking about you, or misperceiving how you got where you said you would go and how you got there. Look, you don't need to worry about any of that stuff. Here's what you need to do. You need to worry about reaching your dreams and your goals and your ambitions and providing for your family and for yourself and reaching your spiritual goals and your mental goals and your business goals. Those are the things you need to be focused on. Let the empty cans rattle. Let the dogs bark. Because here's what I can promise you. You get going fast enough. You get moving quickly enough. And you will leave all that behind. Because you won't be able to hear the cans rattling. And I promise you the dogs will tucker out long before you do. And that's the dose.